Hello everyone! Welcome. I'm Isaac Umbras, and today we are in Enthusia Professional Racing. Hope everyone's doing well. We've got the last of the real sports cars here. This wonderful, super lightweight Caterham Super 7, the R500, powered by a terrifyingly quick 1.8 liter Rover K-Series inline 4. Very rapid. Let's take the track. Welcome forward, Shelby GT. Hope you've been well. Hope you are very, very well. Alrighty, let's see what options we got here. Now let's do the low end steering race here because the Caterham does not have the top speed, not one bit, to handle Speediopolis. So that is a little bit tricky. But yes, this engine, the K-Series engine, it is the same engine that was used in the Lotus Elise as well. The difference is this one has been heavily modified to produce even more unholy amounts of power, as well as to fix some of the issues that were typical of the Rover K-Series engine, like the weakened water head gaskets, as well as the cooling issues that the Rover K-Series engines were typically known for. And you might be wondering, well Isaac, why if the Rover K-Series had so much reliability issues, why was it used in so many performance vehicles? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked, hypothetically. Well, part of it was at the time of the Caterham's introduction back in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was still a little bit difficult to get parts and engines and everything from Japan over to the UK, just a little bit. Especially for like the JDM only engines, like the B series stuff that was used in the Type R Civic. At the very least, parts availability was probably a bit difficult, and also, you know, those engines are probably a little bit more expensive. Plus, you know, you don't at the time they wanted to have a British performance vehicles with British engines, which is, you know, an admirable trait. Plus, also they did heavily modify the engine to help kind of get rid of some of those inadequacies. And holy cow, it's a terrifying beast. With strengthened components, updated intake and exhaust systems, as well as electronic revisions to really get as much power out of this thing as possible. They did a really good job with that. Yeah, this thing is still a psychopath though. I gotta remember this thing is genuinely a murderous machine. Especially in the mid-speed corners. There we go, over the crest. Save it. There we go. We managed to get that right. We managed to get that working. Holy cow. That thing, it sounds evil. Now you might be wondering, okay, well outside of the Caterham Super 7 series and the Lotus Elise, the early Lotus Elises, what other vehicles use the Rover K-Series? Well, quite a bit of Rover vehicles. The 200 series, the 400 series, the 600 series, the 25, 45, and 75 of the late 90s, early 2000s, the Metro, and, believe it or not, their own mid-engine sports car, the MGF and the MGTF, which was in partial collaboration between MG and Rover at the time. That also used the 1.8 liter K-Series engine, but that one was only at 120 horsepower. with the variable valve timing and everything. The Caterham had a lot more power. Terrifying. A genuinely terrifying amount of power for its lightweight nature. And it is a tricky one to drive. Between its very, very responsive throttle, the fact that the car always wants to be like in the high revs and everything, because of just how modified the engine is, to the awkward rear suspension, the Dion rear suspension, which is a semi-independent rear suspension. The axles can move independently of each other, but the suspension is partially connected one side to the other. But yeah, this will be good for us. Yeah, this will be really good for us. Around the corner, final lap, final couple of corners now. Whoa, okay. Save it. Save it again. Yeah, that suspension does not like the twisty section there, going over the crest and everything, where the vehicle gets light. Holy cow. Outside of the Rover vehicles that use that engine, some other vehicles use the K-Series were the Land Rover Freelander, which is a kind of a more compact off-roader thing from Land Rover. Look that up. It is a weird-looking vehicle. The Jetta G33, the Morgan 44, in some vehicles as well. So it was not bad at all. For the Ford Contour, the Ford Mondeo. You gotta think that welcome Petra, by the way. But these are European vehicles, or much more frequently seen in Europe vehicles versus in the States. So I don't really see those all that much. I have seen a Contour once in my life, and I have worked on one. It is interesting. Seems pretty bog standard, kind of, you know, compact sedan. But, again, it's not really been something that's I've thought much about. Welcome to the stream, though. Hope you're well. Right now, we are in the... Jeez, terrifyingly quick. Very snappy. In, the, Caterham. This thing is a beast. I thought SVT variant. Yeah, that part I'm vaguely familiar with, because the one that was imported to the States was the SVT version, with the updated shocks and everything like that, and the slight performance upgrades and everything. That's pretty cool. Honestly, kind of like the predecessor to the kind of the sport compact scene and all that stuff. Very, very cool. I managed to see one and work on one after it had been imported after the 25-year rule. It was a UK spec one. I think it was a UK spec one. I can't remember. It's been a little while. It's been a little while. I'm trying to remember if that was a UK spec one or not. I know it had been imported from Europe, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh gosh, spicy rear in this car. All right, I'm gonna be short shifting a little bit to keep the rear from trying to murder me on throttle, because holy mother of mothers, this thing is just a little bit psychotic. Yeah, I am driving the Caterham. This thing, super lightweight. With the semi-independent rear suspension and the heavily modified K-Series engine. Modified by Minister Racing engines. With an extensive slew of upgrades for reliability, cooling, and increased power. So it does not quite have as much of the issues that the K-Series has. It even has a dry sump oil system as well to prevent oil starvation during hard cornering that you'd find, you know, on a track or like an autocross event. Which is super useful because this thing can pull some crazy G's in the corners. Despite the fact that it does not have any kind of like, doesn't really have any kind of like downforce enhancing modifications or anything like that. But for like touring cars or open wheel cars, ooh, that's a tough one. In terms of driving them and actually racing them in a sim, I much prefer touring cars. I do generally better with kind of like the lower horsepower, kind of more momentum based, closer to production vehicle type of cars. I usually do better in tin tops, GT3, GT4s, TCRs, even the TCX cars in Strada Corsa Competizione, like the M2, which is like an even kind of lower power touring car. Rear wheel drive though. Oh, fuck me. Open wheel cars, I genuinely enjoy watching open wheel racing like IndyCar and F1, but I am not particularly good at driving them in like racing sims. I don't, my brain doesn't quite figure out the downforce of them, and I usually end up a bit off the pace compared to the more mechanical grip-based touring cars and GT cars. So in terms of to watch, I kind of prefer open wheelers, just because I like seeing the sheer speeds. Not to say that I don't like watching touring car racing. I love watching all the TCR series and all that stuff as well. But like, I absolutely love open wheel racing. It's just super cool seeing, you know, these vehicles setting such quick laps around the track and everything like that. It's just, I realize that I myself am not particularly good at driving those types of vehicles. As you can see here, I'm even struggling with the super lightweight Caterham. I do not handle like the extra twitchy cars all that well. I usually better with like TCR or like, you know, the M2 or GT4 cars. Like GT3 is probably the fastest I can drive and realistically be competitive in. Like I've tried LMP2s, I've tried other prototypes and everything. It just feels like a completely different beast. But yeah, the GT3s, GT4s, TCRs, all that stuff. Oh yeah, those I genuinely enjoy driving. Alright, well technically only one more corner, but it's a double apex. Whoa! Save it, save it! Holy moly there. Alright, that was spicy. Jeez. I do wish there was more like other vehicles that are around like this level performance in the game. So as much as I'm enjoying driving this vehicle, it is difficult actually having meaningful races and everything in it. Anyway, we at least got the grippier tires. But the engine is the Rover K-Series. It retained its all aluminum construction for lightweightness, but it was reinforced, especially at the block, to handle the highest stress. They used the VHPD head, the very high performance derivative head, for an improved airflow. And then they went to work on actually upgrading the internals and everything forged pistons from Cosworth, forged steel crankshaft and conrods, high lift camshafts. Even the bolts were modified or were replaced with the high strength fasteners. The head gasket was replaced with a 6-layer one, which was, you know, an address for the notorious head gasket issues that the Rover K-Series engines had. The dry sump oil system was installed. And of course, an improved racing radiator as well as improved aerodynamic efficiency added to the grille to improve force conduction in high-speed driving, which addressed the other main issue of the Rover K-Series. Oh, fuck me. Which was overheating. What do you think of Grid Legends? It's... I don't think it's as good as, like, Grid 1 or Grid Autosport. But, like, it's okay-ish. It's a step up from 2019, I feel. In that it actually feels like it's trying to do something instead of just being a reboot. But it doesn't feel like it... Okay, let me put it this way. Did you like 2019? Did you like Grid 2019? And how much did you like Grid 2019? Because that'll probably determine if you like Grid Legends. If you liked Grid 2019, you'll probably like Grid Legends because it's basically Grid 2019, but with a story mode and a little bit more content. If you weren't the biggest fan of Grid 2019, you'll probably not like Grid Legends because it's, again, basically just Grid 2019, but with a story mode and a little bit of extra content attached. So it's you know, that'll probably determine. Okay. I mean, if 2019 was just okay for you, you'll probably be okay with Legends as well, because it does have more content. But the vehicles handle very similarly to 2019. You get a lot of the same tracks, a lot of the same vehicles from 2019 to Legends. Graphics is not that much different. I think they probably reused some of the models as well. So, you know, it's alright. Like I said, it's not nearly as good as, like, Grid 1 or even Grid Autosport was. I genuinely quite liked Grid Autosport. Not everyone did. But I genuinely liked that one a lot. And so... maybe I'm the odd one out there. But yeah. But I wish they did something like the old Toka would. For real. Toka was the bomb. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand wanting to do Grid to kind of, you know, make it a little bit more accessible and everything like that, and to kind of, you know, go away from just only touring cars and everything. But genuinely, having a dedicated touring car racing game, please. Like, I would legit pay, you know, about $30 for, like, a BTCC style racing sim with, like, all the cars and tracks from that. Like, that alone, I'd be down with, because you get so many good tracks. And if they really want, they can include some variations of the tracks as well. Like, you know, the short and long version of Donington, the multiple versions of Silverstone, both the forward and reverse versions of Knock Hill, you know, all of that stuff. It would be baller. They can even, you know, include some other, like, semi-local tracks as DLC, like Mondello Park or something. Because, one, the touring cars would be pretty good on Mondello Park, with it being super tight, technical, and everything. It kind of goes with the British vibes and everything like that as well, with it being in Ireland's, I believe, only racetrack. And having it been previously on the BTCC calendar at one point. Shit! That was the weirdest twitch right there. So I would genuinely be down. I would genuinely be down for like a modern, like PC only racing sim with that type of stuff. I do league racing and that all the time. Like all the British tracks, and you'd have a little bit of variation as well, because like Alton Park, you have I think 3, 4, 5 different variations depending on if you have the chicanes or not. Depending on where you have the course cut and everything. So I think it's 4 different official variations. Don't quote me on that. Then you got Silverstone, which has, you know, the national, the international, the club circuit, I think, which could all be reasonably used with TCR touring cars. You got Donington short and long. You got Knockhill reverse and forwards. You got Snetterton 300 and 200. You got Brands Hatch and Brands Hatch Indy. Like right there, you know, you have a solid, you know, mix of tracks that could realistically be used in a decent amount of, like, you know, sim racing leagues and everything. Sure, a lot of them kind of have similar, dare I say, vibes, but like, you're doing, you know, British touring car racing. Of course, it's, you know, all gonna be around the same area and everything like that. I gotta be, oh gosh, a little bit careful. This thing is a spicy, terrifying beast. The fact that we are 40 seconds ahead, though, even at the highest level of racing, is terrifying. Because I know I'm not particularly driving that well. Like, I am genuinely struggling with the vehicle just a little bit. But holy moly. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Give me, oh gosh, more power in this thing. It's gotten lighter, it's gotten grippier, and it's even more powerful. That's scary. That is scary. Oh, that's a fly flying around. Oopsie daisies. You know what, chat? I think we're gonna be a little bit unhinged. I think this is gonna be the stupidest thing ever. We're gonna go off-roading in the Caterham. This is terrifying. This is a stupid idea. Why did I decide to do this? Neither of these vehicles are built for the desert. I am short shifting pretty much the entire way. Why am I short shifting pretty much the entire way? Because as soon as this thing gets above like 8,000 RPM and it's touching anything that's not like the rubbered in part of the tarmac, it wants to kill you. It gets very unhappy. So yeah, I am short shifting. There we go. Oh gosh. All right, come on. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh. Shit. Save it. Okay, we saved it. There we go. All right, we get a little bit of a straight line. Let's try not to wreck the vehicle in the straight. I mean, it kind of looks, if you squint hard enough, it kind of looks like a dune buggy type of vehicle. With the soft top. Holy, okay. That's scary. That is scary. It is murderous. Holy cow. This thing is evil! Like, what the heck? This thing is genuinely just evil. Oh. Holy cow. Yeah, that's terrifying. That is not a vehicle you should take off-road at all. That is not something. Yeah, we didn't get any level ups there. But that's fine. Next race we do, we'll probably get more level ups. We at least improved our ranking a little bit, which is good. That's a big thing I wanted to have. Oh, the New Year's Cup. Yes. Okay, let's do this. 12 laps around Autumn Hill. Keep wanting to call it Autumn Ring Mini, but that's Gran Turismo. Oh, this thing is just an evil little beast. I love it though. I absolutely love this car. Oh gosh. Okay. All right, we're all right. We're all right, I think. Holy moly. Yeah, the added power it's got a lot of power. It's got a lot of power. Holy moly. Okay, big push now, big push. Jeez. But I'm playing Tucker World Touring Cars on the PS1 emulator right now. Ooh! Currently racing the Mediterranean Racing Leagues with the Renault Lagoon. Ooh, hell yeah! Very, very nice. Gosh, I miss the Super Tourer cars and everything. The Renaults, the Fords, the Nissans, the Hondas. Those are always super cool to see videos of and everything. It's a shame that Super Touring didn't really take off in the States, even if we did get the cool, absolutely badass Dodge Stratus touring car. Touring car racing just isn't as popular in the States, which is unfortunate, because I genuinely enjoy doing it. Most leagues I see that do touring car racing are like, you know, European time zones and everything during work weeks, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't do that. But I actually want to race with the Peugeot 406. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like most of the Super Tours are just absolutely gorgeous looking. It's just crazy. Absolutely love those machines. Absolute beasts of a car. Not to say the modern TCR-derived BTCC cars, and even the TCR cars themselves are bad. Like, no, not at all. I absolutely love TCR racing. I prefer the Renault Laguna or the Peugeot 406. Probably the Renault Laguna, just because that one's a little bit more iconic to an American like me. With the kind of the green and white livery and everything. Just absolutely... green, white, and gold, right? I think it was the Laguna? Something like that. Yeah. That was a cool vehicle as well. Although for me, outside of the Ford, I was really big on more like the Japanese Super Tourers, things like the Honda Accord, the Nissan Primera, that type of stuff. That was always super cool. We may end up lapping people. That is terrifying to think of. You know the Peugeot 406 because, yeah, I imagine also, you know, the taxi movie that you like also probably plays a role in it. Movie? I think it's a movie. I'm trying to remember. It's been a long day. It has been a very long day. Holy mother of... Okay. Easy. I'm surprised the Garai is this far back. Like, it's not a slow car by any stretch of the imagination. It's just surprisingly in the back of the field. It just goes to show just how quick the rest of the vehicles are. That an ASL Garaya is considered a slow car. Gosh, the acceleration! This thing is just terrifying. I'd genuinely be scared to drive a vehicle like this. Like seriously, I don't know how I'd handle that. Well, there's two versions of the Peugeot 406 taxi. The first one is used to the pre-facelift, and then the second one they use. Ah, okay. So I guess maybe it was, you know, get a more modern vehicle that they could afford it. So, you know, it'd be considered like the cooler, newer vehicle and everything. Ooh. Alright, we're getting close. Can we lap the entire field? I'm not sure about that. I'm not entirely sure about that. The NSX is still... Not the NSX, the RX-7 is actually putting up a good fight. The RX-7 is putting up a really good fight. I don't think we'll be able to. I will push, but yeah. I think the Peugeot RCF. I've heard mixed things about it in terms of like reliability and like ownership, but in terms of like looks, I genuinely like the look of the vehicle. It's pretty cool looking. Kind of a beautiful kind of, you know, sports coupe. But I've heard mixed things on like reliability and what it's like to actually own one. Again, we never got that in the States, so I'm only going off of hearsay. I don't have any first-hand experience with that vehicle. So I'm only going off of what I have heard on the internet and everything. And we all know everything, not everything on the internet is to be trusted, including me. Trust but verify your sources. Do not take the word of an anime boy entirely seriously. Think about what I say maybe, but don't blindly follow everything I say. Oh boy. There we go. That RX-7, while we have been pulling a decent gap on them, it's not gonna be enough to lap them. They were the only one to avoid being lapped by us. That's impressive stuff. That is genuinely impressive stuff. I was thinking that maybe it's such a short track, and with probably one of the fastest vehicles in the game, that we'd be able to lap everyone else. But no, not at all. It managed to stay ahead. Just a little bit. Damn. Alright. Alright, let's see. Let's see how many upgrades we get. That is a lot of points there. Yeah, probably one more race, I think, in the Caterham. And then we'll have a choice of a few different sporty vehicles. So we need to be prepared for that. There's a couple of options for British vehicles too. So you know, could be potentially pretty fun. You know what? I've been terrified to take this thing onto the Nordschleife. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I am scared to, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, this is a bad idea. Okay, we managed to survive. Avoid the pile up in turn 1. Okay. Ooh, that was spicy. Ooh, boy. Alright. There we go. We're good. This thing is a rocket! Oh, bumps. Bumps are terrifying. Holy mother of fuck. Save it. It feels like I am literally on the verge of losing the rear end on every single bump, every single corner. Gosh. Oh. Oh, it's trying to murder me. I'm gonna back off a little bit here. Braking early. Holy mothers. Holy fathers. This is terrifying. Genuinely terrifying. Right, I braked a little too early there. I feel like I'm kind of going off of instinct rather than actually knowledge of the course at this point. Okay, yeah. We don't want any off tracks. No off tracks. Keep it going. Holy, okay. Oh gosh. Okay, braking stabilizes it. But it's rapidly getting off the brakes while turning will probably try to get it to murder you. And I don't want it to murder me. I am happy being unmurdered. Oh boy. Jeez. Alright, full send. Yeah, we're the fact that we're absolutely demolishing even things like the TBR is a little bit scary. Like I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I was partially expecting that, but I was expecting it to be like a little bit closer. But no, like we are literally like one of the high-speed straights away from this thing. This goes to show just how OP the Caterham is in most niches in this game. But it is compensated with the fact that it is very difficult to drive. And so... Holy... That's not how you take the carousel. That's not how you take the carousel. Damn. Oh, please don't, please don't, please don't. Okay, good. It was mostly under control there. Imagine if vehicle this lightweight could probably take the GT3 braking points for some of the corners. Doesn't have the downforce though, so I gotta be watching in the mid and high speed corners. Oh, okay. Well then. Okay, we are good. We are good. I think no. Come on, Isaac. Get it under control. Get it under control. Yeah, this section here is gonna be probably gonna want to have a little bit of shorter shifting, just because otherwise it does. I don't want it in the high RPM ranges with all the bumps and everything here, because this section is where the vehicles, certain vehicles, get very bent out of shape. Okay. How you feeling, chat? How you feeling about this beast? Oh, we get to see its top speed as well. That's gonna be interesting. Because this thing isn't exactly the most aerodynamic of vehicles. It does have an open wheel front design. Kinda boxy. Designed more so to be lightweight than fast in a straight line. So time will tell. And time will probably be in about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, it wasn't that far off. 170 though. That's pretty good for this vehicle. Granted, we have adjusted its transmission for more acceleration to prevent the throttle on oversteer. But still, that's, for a vehicle with this aerodynamics, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And there's the finish line. Boom shakalaka. Heck yeah. Very nice. There we go. That gets us up. That gets us up to level 10. Beautiful. Alright, I think we got 4 of the sporty cars next. So let's see what we can do with that. Because we still have not unlocked the BMW M1 Pro car yet. But we are getting close. We are getting close. Yeah, we got four options. So I'm gonna pull up the random number generator. Give me a second while I do that. get the display capture. Oop. Alright. You know the drill. If it is a 1, it is the Vitz. If it's a 4, it is the Jaguar. It is a 1. Alright. Alright. So you know what? The Vitz RS Turbo it is. This thing's, believe it or not, a rare one. Very, very rare. Only, some sources saying only around 500 were produced. Very, very, very rare vehicle for the Vitz RS Turbo. It was the ultra high performance version of the Toyota Vitz, and it was only produced, I believe, for just only 2 model years. Hey, yo, yeah, this is a rare one. This is a rare one. Let's see if this is the one that came with the limited slip differential. Yes, it is. Now this thing, it has the 1NZ FET, which is the turbocharged engine that was found in the regular Toyota Vitz RS and everything. No pink options, unfortunately, but this'll do us quite well, I think. It's right around 1,000 kilograms, super lightweight, with McPherson struts up front, and yeah, trailing arm suspension in the rear. Let's do this. Let's send it. Rear setting at the front. Now the turbo kit and everything, and the air-to-air intercooler come from TRD. This is a specially designed performance model that has that extra turbo oomph, and it's got some decent get up and go here, around 140 to 150 horsepower. And despite it being front wheel drive, the lightweight nature of it, the short wheelbase, and the fairly responsive turbo engine are not bad. It even has the sporty body kit, the RS rear spoiler, and some upgraded suspension as well. But yeah, it's a fairly rare vehicle. The RS Turbo version, only 2 model years, very, very rare. And the 1Z FET engine was not used in that many vehicles. The 1Z FE engine was, and I believe TRD created a factory turbo kit that could be bought and then installed on those vehicles too, like the Scion XB, the Scion XA, that type of stuff. But very few actually came factory equipped with the turbo. So it is cool to see. It is cool to see this here in the game and everything like that. You don't get to see it that often. Yeah, we're in the high speed section now. We got the Subaru. Subaru. Oh gosh, I forgot it's only 5 speed. Yeah, brakes aren't great either. Yeah, that's gonna allow the Subaru to maybe get by us. That was a very weird line they took. But we should have the momentum to get through the chicane quicker than they can. So if we're smart about this, which you usually are. Granted, that was a little bit of a course cut there. That should allow us to maintain a little bit of a gap to the Subaru. Although in all the power sections, though, it is kind of gonna obliterate us just a little bit because it does have around 130 more horsepower than we have. Which, you know, isn't exactly, That's not exactly, you know, an even matchup. Especially where half of this track is indeed a power track. And the other half is a handling track, which is where the Vitz will shine. But the Subaru will probably have the overall advantage here. Maybe we are holding them off, kind of. But again, the very next like significant straight, they're probably going to be gone. And third place is not far behind them. So I wanna try to prevent that as well. I wanna try to hold them up that way. Then maybe they can begin fighting each other and everything like that. There we go. Lots of airtime here. We want to brake probably at the start of the red. There we go. Yeah, we're holding the legacy up. Top three are actually really close together. That's such a cute little car, though. Wonder how much of the value, because with those certain limited vehicles like that, it's hard to kind of see the trends in value for those vehicles. But I'm genuinely curious to see how much one of these Vitz RS turbos is worth today. So I was not able to find any like valuations or anything like that. It's gotta be, you know, probably, I imagine it's worth a decent penny, especially for high quality, low mileage ones. But it is genuinely such a niche car. This vehicle was hard to research, because there wasn't a whole lot on it. It's a cool vehicle, though. Like, even the 500 made was just like an estimate. But judging from, you know, the fact that it was JDM only, right? And the fact that it was only made for 2 model years, that 500 number could genuinely be correct, or there or thereabouts. It wouldn't, let me put it this way, it wouldn't surprise me if there was only 500 of these made. Oh, that gap was always going to close there, buddy. Please do not try to go for a gap like that. I am heading towards the apex. You are not significantly alongside me. But yeah, this thing, it was produced only for 2 model years, 2003 and 2004. So a fairly new car as well, right when this game came out. Yeah, no upgrades. No upgrades yet. But we got a lot of ranking points for that. So I will take that. I will take that. Alright, let's see what else. We got a Nürburgring race. We got an Autumn Hill race. Been a little bit since we raced at Low End Searing. Let's do that. But yeah, TRD, when upgrading this engine and everything, they created a TRD specific turbo that fit onto the initial 1NZ FV engine to boost the power output. They added the air-to-air intercooler for better efficiency and to cool the compressed air from the turbo. And then to further improve reliability, they reduced the compression ratio from 10.5 to 1 to around 8.5 to 1, is estimated in some sources. So it's a nice vehicle. Nice, lightweight, sporty, maneuverable. It's got a decent amount of power as well. They also then strengthened some of the engine internals as well to handle some of the boost. So this being only a fairly low displacement engine, you know, 1.5 liters, you know, you gotta have a lot of boost pressure to really get some power out of it. And honestly, it's not bad. Is this a fire-breathing supercar killer? No. But this is, you know, it's got some pep in its step. It's got some moves in its groove. It'll do well. It'll do well, I think. There we go. Yes. Okay, yeah, second place is catching us still. They're about 3 seconds behind. Not even. 1.7. Okay. That's not particularly good. That is still very close, and they will absolutely demolish us on the straights. Especially with this already having fairly low top speed, due to the fact that it's got a short gear ratios and only a 5-speed transmission. You might be wondering, well, Isaac, if it has a low top speed, why'd you shorten the gear ratios even more? Because I wanted to really have that acceleration, because I need that acceleration. It does not. Basically, I'm trying to turn this into a rally car, but for, like, you know, racetracks as well. But I need that acceleration to help me pretty much everywhere else. Hopefully this will give us 2 upgrades, maybe more. Hopefully more. Definitely more. Also means that the next 3 vehicles are all going to be European as well. We've got the BMW M3 E30, the Jaguar E-Type, and the Aston DB5 Vantage. So, a lot of good options, a lot of historic vehicles as well. So that'll be a fun one. Yeah, okay, so 116. Yeah, okay. Not exactly the straight line speed as I was expecting from it. But that's fine. There we go, back to the right. There we go, back to the left. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now kick, now kick, now kick, now kick. Now walk it by yourself, walk it by yourself. Alright, little bit spicy here. We're doing good. We're doing very good. Yeah, because for the second place, they are kind of managing that like 2-second gap. They're staying kind of right there on us. I gotta be a little bit careful. Yeah, so a little over 2 seconds. That should get us safe. That should get us safe from the Audi behind us. This is such a lightweight little bean car, though. It's genuinely adorable. Oh, I love driving this though. It is super cool. It is genuinely really awesome. Just very fun, you know, planted. Like this would be a vehicle that you can, you know, drive in through the city and everything like that, daily commuter. But then like take it out to like the country and everything, go in the twisty roads there and just have a blast. And I love that about this car. Alright, I think we're alright. I think we're okay. There's the finish line, big push to the line. And boom. Boom. Yes. Oh my gosh, we beat an RS6. That's not supposed to happen. Probably. Probably not supposed to happen. It happened anyway, though. There we go. Weight reduction, grippier tires. This is the good stuff. Alright, let's see. What other options we got? Ooh, spicy. This could be fun. This could be fun. This will be a challenging one. You know, going up against Japanese heavyweights in the tiny little bits. Yeah. Alright, so let's do this. Oh, there goes the Subaru. Oh gosh, they are all coming. Come on. I need to stay with the Subaru. Come on, I want to show them what the lightweight Japanese cars can do outside of the 280 horsepower powerhouses. Whoop, there we go. Up the inside, that inside becomes the outside, but that outside becomes the inside if we can maintain alongside them. No. Alright, yeah, they got the power. Oh boy. What is that behind me? It's something quick. I think that's the S15. Looks like it. It is hard to tell. I think it's S15 because the Super is yellow. And you got some silver thing right behind the S15 as well. But we're still pushing. Alright, we are golden. A solid, well, I guess you should say we are silver. Because a solid second place is roughly what we're aiming at. That Impreza, genuinely rapid. I don't think we'll be catching that. Not at this level of 2, and we're still very, very early. Very, very early in the tuning stage. So we got slightly better tires and slightly reduced weight, but nothing that'll really give us much of an edge. Okay. Not the best. Not the best right there, but we still push on. Alrighty. Ooh, okay. Little bit spicy. Little bit spicy. There's the Subaru again. So each time we go through that chicane there, we are keeping pace with the Subaru. which is good, which is very good. Ooh, new fastest lap as well. We're getting quicker. We are getting quicker. Is it going to actually be enough to hold on, or to catch the Impreza? I'm not sure. I don't quite think so. But I am trying. I am trying my hardest. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we're ahead. We're ahead. So we are lap after lap getting quicker than the Impreza. Yeah, 49.9. Alright, that is even quicker. I gotta be careful not to have too many collisions with him though. I do want to upgrade the vehicle. I do want to make sure we get to the level 10 outside of maintaining our rankings. So it is a fight. It is a fight. But it is a glorious fight. Alright, 2 to go. Even quicker times. Yeah, we're finally really coming alive in the Vitz RS Turbo. The shame they didn't use this for like any type of motorsports or like grassroots rallying. Like at least not factory backed. Someone else may have done privateer entries. This would have been such a cool like little junior rally car. It would have fit right in like the 1.5 liter class, I think. And it would have done pretty solid in tarmac rallies, I'd imagine. Like I think it genuinely could have been a good vehicle. Oh my gosh. Another fast. I was expecting it like to be a little bit slower now that we're not like actively battling the Impreza and everything like that and all that. So I was expecting, oh yeah, you know, now that we are you know, now that we are you know, kind of calmed down a little bit, you know, kind of slowed up a little, but no, we literally lap after lap. It has been like another 10th off, another 10th off, another 10th off. Holy moly. And again! You know what? I will take that. I will take that. That was genuinely great stuff. Holy moly. Beautiful. Give us the level up. There we go. Oh boy. Where should we race this next? Tsukuba would be a good choice. A front-wheel drive limited race, yeah. In the wet as well, showcasing these vehicle stability. Seems like a solid choice, right? I think this is the way to do it. Gosh, look at them rims as well. Like, this is a beautiful little vehicle. Nice, we are getting turbo blow-off valves now. Getting a little bit of upgrades. And this thing is gonna absolutely tear up Tsukuba. I already know it. And I'm looking forward to it. Alright, brake probably just before the soft barriers. Just to see how this thing does in the wet. Gosh, that is so cool looking. And it's crazy just how many different variations of Tsukuba they have there. They got a daytime variant, the nighttime variant, the wet variant, forward and reverse. Like, there is a lot. There is a lot of Tsukuba in this game. But I do genuinely like racing on it. It's a fun little track. There we go. Good. Alright, gotta be careful around the high speed. Which normally the right-hander is the left-hander. That was not the way to do it. That was an entirely wrong line, but we're still ahead. Honestly, by a decent margin. Like, on anything that's tight and technical, this has genuinely been punching above its weight. Kuriori, welcome! Yo! Hope you're well. We went from the lightweight Lunatic Caterham R500, and now we're in the Vitz R500 RS Turbo, not R500, RS Turbo. Both vehicles super lightweight, very compact, very agile. Although the Vitz is a lot more stable and planted, isn't quite as unhinged. But it's still a little bit spicy. Here and there. But I'm having a blast in these lightweights. Just the speed. The speed of the vehicles, the agility of the vehicles. And we're not doing too bad actually. We got a massive lead in a race where we were expected to be one of the slowest racers. So it is crazy to see that. I was expecting a little bit more of a fight when I joined this race. But no, it's been kind of quiet. It's been a quiet race in the wets here. All right, here we go. Good stuff, good stuff. No issue. Yeah, we got over a 5-second gap here, which is absolutely huge. I was not expecting that. This thing is crazy. Like, you give this thing enough corners, and it'll just outmaneuver the competition. Like, it genuinely, this car does not care. It will absolutely just take the corners. It'll be, you know, responsive, agile, smooth. Easily controllable. Like, this is crazy. This shows it also has traction control. That probably slowed me down at the start a little bit. But, oh well. If the car came with traction control initially, then the car comes with traction control now. Alright, big push. keep it calm. Gotta keep it collected. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing very good, actually. I don't have much to say right now. I'm just enjoying the vehicle. I'm just vibing with it. It's just surprisingly malleable, pliable. Just a very responsive car. It's pleasant to drive. Like, honestly, I've been sleeping on this vehicle. This is a genuinely good car. It feels good to drive. It looks good. It sounds decent. It's got the cool turbo blow off as well once it's been upgraded. That Mini is also putting up a good fight too, let's be honest. That Mini was starting in second, so it was supposed to be like the second slowest car. Because of its short wheelbase and agility, it's doing really well at Tsukuba. And I believe that's a Cooper S as well, so that's got the supercharged inline 4, I think? I wanna say? Probably. You can kind of hear them a little bit when you go around the hairpin on the other side. It's just the faint sound of all the little inline 4s, and I think one of them is a V6 with the Alfa Romeo. But most of them are inline 4s, tearing up that section of the track. Yum, across the line. Yeah, one of them was the V6. Which inline 4 supercharged engine? I believe the Mini Cooper S had the inline 4 supercharged engine. Let me double check. Yeah, the Tritec engine. Yeah, the 1.6 liter Tritec engine was the Mini. That was the one that supercharged. So yeah, two forced induction vehicles winning. They're coming first and second. Ooh, we got two. We got two upgrades there. Hang on a second. I do wanna see what like the value is on like one of the minis, one of these like what it is. Not the minis, the Vits. No. Yeah, the V engine supercharged is super common. But yeah, the mini is supercharged as well, and the Cobalt SS was originally supercharged too. There's no way. And I'm looking up auction listings for some of the Vits RS turbos. Okay, so RS turbos are looking at around like $10,000 to $12,000. For only 500 produced? That's not bad. Jeez, it's such a super niche car. You'd expect it to be like a little bit worth a little bit more. But no, not at all. It's surprisingly cheap. Nah, all good, man. But yeah, supercharged V8 engines are fairly common. But the inline 4 supercharged engine, there's still a decent amount of those as well. Like I said, you have the Cobalt SS, the Mini. What other inline 4s have been supercharged? You had the MR2, the older AW11 MR2, which was supercharged. What else? What else? What else is supercharged? Usually they are kind of more often turbocharged than supercharged, but there's been a few that have been supercharged. Yeah, the Delta S4, which was twin charged. Oh, the Lancia 037 road going car was also supercharged. So yeah, an okay amount. It's uncommon, but not like super rare. And that's just off the top of my head. I'm sure if I did some more research, I can find more. I thought the Jaguar inline six. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. That one too. Yeah, inline sixes are supercharged, at least in modern times, a lot less frequently than inline fours, I think. Wonder why that is. I guess because if you can fit an inline six in, you could probably fit a V8 in, and then people just go with that for the performance version of the vehicles. Probably. Holy cow. Hi there. Yeah, that's Skyline. The R32's putting up a good fight. We gotta be a little bit careful. We do have the lighter weight reduction upgrades. We got the better tires now. So we can really tear through the toge section here. The twisties. But it's gonna be close. It's going to be very close, I think. Because the Skyline's got the straight line speed that will definitely make it more of a threat closer to the finish line. But I want to see if oh, that's not going to help. That's not going to help our case. That's not going to help our case at all. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, okay. I think we are pulling away from it a little bit lap after lap. Probably. We will have to see, but I think so. Oh, that Skyline, it is just constantly looming in our rear view mirrors. So if we're pulling away, we're not pulling away by all that much, really. Alright, here we go. Smooth. We got this. We got this. Yeah, we got this. I think. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay, little bit spicy here. Car does want to get a little bit loose under braking, with it being a super short wheelbase, very lightweight, and I did set it up for even more oversteer because I like my front wheel drive cars a little bit on the twitchy side. But we got this thing dialed in very nicely. It's absolutely gorgeous through the turns. Very responsive. We're keeping an R32. We are keeping Godzilla at bay. The super mini that could. Like this is crazy. Being able to on these tracks keep an R32 at bay of all vehicles. That is genuinely impressive. That sounds good too. Gosh, now I want to get like a manual Scion XA and turbo it, just to have like a kind of semi-sporty performance vehicle and everything, performance-ish vehicle that still could be a daily drive. That'd be a fun thing to do. Upgrade the suspension and everything, because you could probably do, you know, half decent with that. Alright, a little bit spicy. But we got this, we got this. Only a couple corners left. Can we hold it off? I think so. Run to the hills. Run for your life. Run to the hills. Ooh, and a new fastest lap as well. Yes, please. Thank you, thank you. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. I like this. Hell yeah. Nice. Get ourselves another upgrade. Yeah. Look at all those ranking points as well. Alright, next race. What's out there for us, chat? Time to find out. Ooh, the Rev City Roulette. It is a high-speed track. I'm gonna hesitantly give it a go. Because so far the Vitz has been punching above its weight. I mean, I got the acceleration. On the top speed section though, we are gonna struggle a little bit. But holy cow, that turbo. The turbo is almost louder than the engine now that with that we got some upgrades. Jeez. Nice. Keep it coming. Very nice. Over the jump. Yeah, this thing, it's doing it quite well. We do gotta keep it in the high rev range because it is a fairly low displacement engine. But we're not doing too bad. We're not doing bad at all. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, okay, so we do have just enough on the straights to keep it away from the rest of the field. But we are fighting tooth and nail to prevent this. Oh, it's a Jaguar as well. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's see what we can do with this. We got the handling and the ability to really, you know, keep it away. Four-wheel drifting it through the corners. Oh boy. Jack can't keep up the inertia drift. No, he can't. Welcome, Gabriel. Yeah, we're in one of the RS events, and it is us against a bunch of fairly high-performance sedans. And that Jaguar's got some pace to it, though. I'm not gonna pretend it doesn't. That's got some serious killer pace. But we will prevail. We will prevail. I hope. Probably. Oh boy. There we go, back to the left. Gotta use a little bit of the lift off the oversteer to get to turn in and push. There we go, even quicker, if just marginally. Jeez, okay, we're good. We are good, I think. I hope. Oh boy. There we go. Boom. Alright, not much further. 114. That's the one thing with the Vits is we just steadily get quicker and quicker lap times with it. Like we just that's impressive stuff. That we're able to get, you know, a couple tenths each lap. I want to see if we can't continue the trend for the next 3. We've been keeping it clean. We've been keeping it off the walls. We've been very consistent, very smooth with this vehicle as well. So if we can consistently get, you know, faster and faster lap times, I'm looking forward to that. Ew, that was a little bit early. That was a bit early in the brakes, but hey, maybe that allows us to take a different line and we can go even quicker. Oh, that counted as an off track. Bleh. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, a little bit quicker. I will take that. I will take that. Oh boy, can we get it below 114.6? That is a question. That is the question. Can we get it under 114.6? Maybe. We're pushing. No, not quite. Alright, last lap to get even quicker if we can. Let's see what we can do. Super clean. I feel like turn 1 could be where the biggest gains are. Probably, yeah. I'm taking that a little too shallow, I think. But we will see. I don't know if that actually was quicker. It felt quicker. But I know usually you don't want to have that big a slide. Alright, well that's a little bit of an off track. Can't quite get the apex in the second half there, but that's okay. Because we are going faster. 13. 14. Oh, just barely. Just barely. I think that last corner really messed us up, I think. Oh boy. Nice. Alright, that should give us a lot of upgrades, I think. Maybe 2? Yeah. Holy moly, we are going to be very quick. Ooh. Ooh. You know what? Yes, front wheel drive versus front wheel drive. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get this to max level. With a toge raise. We got the acceleration. Let's see if we can just keep this in the dust. We should be able to. And we've gotten this thing super agile. Heavily modified, lots of power now. I mean, for its size, with the turbo kit. This is good. Let's avoid touching any walls, though. No wall touching. No wall touchy. Keep it nice and copacetic. No issues. Yeah, in the super tight turns, the Vitz is able to just absolutely pull away. The Accord can't keep up. Although it does have that strong acceleration at the Accord once it gets going, so we do need to be a little bit cautious of that, a little bit wary. There we go, and down we go. Back to the right. We reached our highest speed on the track. Probably about the highest speed we go. Now we're back to twisties. Now we're back to the twisty hill climb. Welcome back to Tokyo Sim Racer Drift 2. Ah, yes. I am a little bit Tokyo Sim Raced out, so Mondays are going to be Gran Turismo 3 streams from now until we beat the game. Probably. As we did pretty much 3 of them back to back to back. Oh, this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. See the new game is, I know, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. I really hope it sells well and people absolutely love it. That way, there's a chance that I can either continue to update it, or, you know, potentially, you know, continue with a Drift spin-off, and then alternate those two every couple of years with like more content, more improvements and everything. And that would be, you know, it's continuing the lore. I would be so excited for that. I would be so excited for that. All right, only 1 contact. Not bad. Are you kidding me? I didn't get an upgrade. Welcome Game Over Tapes. How's it going? It's been going good. I'm getting a lot done and everything. New job role and everything like that's been keeping me super busy. So I have been excited. We get to drive some really fun. Oh gosh, that is a Aston Martin Vanquish. You know what? YOLO. We may be in a Toyota Vitz RS Turbo, but we are in a heavily modified Vitz RS Turbo. I think we can probably at least get points. Is it busy as hell? Yeah, I can imagine. Everything's just been crazy right now. Nah, don't worry about it, dude. I totally get people have like you know, other you know other things they need to do and everything like that. Like don't worry about it. I'm not gonna chain you up in the basement to make you watch all the VODs or anything like that. Just it's cool. It's chill. Ooh, this is gonna be tough. That car is literally off track. All right, can we actually? Yeah, I always like the Enthusia streams because one, Enthusia's got some really unique and rare vehicles that I don't normally get to talk about and everything, so I get the chance to like do some research on them and all that stuff. And two, genuinely, I just enjoy driving in this game. Like as far as PS2 games go, this is probably one of my favorite in terms of overall like how the vehicles drive. Like it's accessible enough that you can drive it on a controller, but like it's in depth enough that you can genuinely kind of feel like what each car would likely feel like. And the cars are a little bit more lively compared to like the Gran Turismo cars. which are a little bit stiffer, a little bit understeery, but grippier to kind of compensate. Here the vehicles feel lighter for the most part, but they got a lot less grip, so you kind of, you know, managing the weight transfer, you're managing all that stuff. It's a genuinely very well put together game, and I'm sad that this game never got the love it honestly deserved. Is it a perfect game? Absolutely not. The racing vehicles are too few and too far in between, and don't really have that much use compared to the road-going cars. To the point where genuinely it probably would have been best to just keep the racing vehicles out and have it be a strictly road-going car game. But like, on the same token, you know, they are still kind of cool additions. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be catching the Evo, even with a fully modified Vitsaurus Turbo. Look here, vaguely reminds me of Project Gotham Racing. A little bit. The kind of focus on like the clean driving and everything like that. The kind of semi-RPG mechanics. The very kind of chill, almost European-esque style electronica and orchestral music. Yeah, it does kind of remind me a little bit of that. From what I've seen other people play with PGR and everything. Obviously, you don't have like all the crazy. I mean, you do have some cities. You got London with Victoria Road and Victoria Gardens. You got Paris with Route de la Seine. You got San Francisco with Pacific Gateway. And then of course you got some of like the fictional areas, like in like Germany. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. The kind of cosmopolitan, almost like Euro pops, Euro dance style. Yes. Okay, so it's weird because the game is, you know, Japanese. It features mostly Japanese cars. But like genuinely the styling and the vibes the game give off feel very like European. It just feels different. Like, I know I'm playing a Japanese racing game with the prevalence of Japanese, like, you know, the one real Japanese track being, you know, Tsukuba. But then again, you do have the Nürburgring Nordschleife, so, yeah. What's Horizon 2 is the same vibes as completely. A little bit, yeah. I've recently played Forza Horizon 2 at a friend's house again. I kind of enjoy it. I feel like after the first one, though, it feels a little bit more aimless. I kind of wish they kept some of the structure progression of like the earlier Forza Horizons. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I think totally, like it's still good. Like it's still an enjoyable game that like I literally sat down and like kind of like continued swapping the controller with and back and forth for like a couple hours. I've not played Horizon 3 yet. I've played Horizon 2. I have played Horizon 1 off stream, again at a friend's house. So far, between those two, I prefer Horizon 1. I feel like even at the second game, they kind of lost a little bit of the focus. Which is the rarest car in Project Gotham Racing, did you know? I mean, I know Project Gotham Racing 4 has a couple of like one-off concept cars. That one is gorgeous. Back when I was a little teenager, I having fun in Australia. Yeah, like if you weren't like big into like the Australian racing scene, you'd be like, Australia? What does that have to do with car culture? Nah, like you got all the Holdens, the Holdens, the, you know, the FPVs, or, you know, the Australian Fords and everything. All that kind of stuff. the Australian Chryslers. A lot of really, really cool stuff there. It's a gorgeous place, so I never set foot in there because of the spiders. The spiders, the snakes, the drop bears, the sharks, the jellyfish, all that stuff. Yeah, Australia kind of scares me. Like every time I begin thinking about like moving to a place where it's like super warm, even in the US, I'm like, I feel like dealing with all the highly venomous creatures and everything. Probably not. Probably not. Dude, I panic when I see a yellow jacket here. And, or like, if I had to deal with a black widow in my mailbox a couple months back. Like, bruh. Bruh. Genuinely. There was a black widow in my mailbox. Terrifying. Never seen a yellow jacket here, thankfully. They're not like super like deadly unless you're allergic, but they're just really annoying and aggressive. Seen a couple Black Widow and Heights. Oh, thankfully we don't got Huntsman spiders here. Black Widow, we're kind of like around like the northern, probably around like the northernmost side it can really get here in the States. But there's still, you know, a rare sight. Yeah, not getting close to one of those. Yeah. Thankfully, Black Widows are mostly docile. I did feel bad about the one I had to kill because I do genuinely think they are beautiful spiders, but they're almost like high gloss black body and everything like that. And like, they're not like hairy, they're like super sleek and everything. But like, I genuinely like, I kept trying to like scrape it out of the mailbox and everything. Or like get it on a piece of paper and I was like, nope. And it just kept getting itself deeper and deeper into the mailbox. I'm like, bruh, ma'am, lady, dude, thingy, spider, please, I don't want to kill you. But I had to spray with pus spray. It's not a single beautiful spider to me. I mean, from an aesthetic point of view, like, I can appreciate that they look really, really nice and everything like that, while also still being medically significant. I don't know, I kind of find jumping spiders cute. Almost kind of puppy dog looking eyes. And those ones are like super, super friendly. I've had multiple, when I've been doing like carpentry and all that stuff, or like, you know, been working on like in the shop and everything. I've had multiple end up like crawling on me or jumping on me. And like, I've never been bitten by one. Like the jumping spiders are genuinely kind of adorable. They can bite you, but I've never been bitten by one. At most, they're like, oh, I'm on a living thing, and they'll like jump off. Especially if you're like, you kind of like, if they are on your arm or whatever, they just set your arm down on like a table or whatever. Oh, the LCC rocket, yes. That one's a fun one. I'm sad that one didn't get re-added in Gran Turismo 7. It was in Gran Turismo 6, which means it had a probably fairly up-to-date model. But they just never brought it back. It would have been a good vehicle to like compete against things like the BAC Mono. Maybe it was a licensing issue. Because I believe the LCC is defunct. I'm not entirely sure it's defunct, but I'm pretty sure LCC is like fully defunct. So licensing might be a little bit tricky for that. And again, GT7 does have the TVA Tuscan, so I don't know. It's kind of a Marussia. Oh, true. It's a shame too, because the Marussia B2 is a beautiful vehicle as well. And it was a really, really fun one to blast around in Need for Speed Most Wanted as well as Rivals. Yeah, it is tricky when you got dead manufacturers. For sure, for sure. Bit of a shame though, because that means that those cars virtually kind of get lost to history. Especially when they would have been like really, really fun to drive virtually. There we go. The Vitz is complete. The Vitz is complete. Nice. Alright. Let's now swap to our next vehicle for probably one more race of the night. So let us pull up the random number generator. No Spinella, thankfully. Yeah. Well, it's hard to Spinella front wheel drive car. So we got 3 vehicles here. Alright. We got the DB5 Vantage, the E30 M3 Sport Evolution. Gosh, that's a beautiful vehicle. And the E-Type with the 4.2 liter inline 6. So let's pull up the random number generator. And 1 through 3. 2. So that means we get to drive the BMW. Hell yeah. Oh, that is nice. Group 8 arrived road car. Ooh. Ooh. It looks so good in black. Like normally I'm not like a black car fan just because like there's so many other vibrant colors you can have it in. But with the red like accents. Ooh. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's an abandoned E30 outside of Taiwan with chip. Damn, only an abandoned one. Here in the States, we got a spec E30 race with NASA. The race guys, not the space guys. And that is always fun to watch because they put up on a good show. Fits in really well. Yeah. A little bit towards acceleration. Yeah, we got the limits of differential as well. Yeah, sure. Definitely. DM it or send it to me. I'll take a look at that after the stream. We got probably one more race. One more race left, I think. The weird body kit they could. I'm not as familiar with body kits for European cars, so I may not be able to effectively figure that one out. But we'll see. You know what? One more race. One more race on the Nordschleife. This will be the last race of the night. This will be a good one. Oh yeah. This sounds great. Oh, rip. Yeah, sorry that happened to you, man. Alright, I'm gonna dial it back because these guys always get all kind of bent out of shape here. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's try to get ahead of them. It's a little bit difficult because they're literally running 3 wide. Uh-oh. Alright. Spicy. 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 We saved it. We saved it. No. Really? Why'd you hit me again? That Mustang driver. The Mustang driver. Absolute melon. Oh, we got a long ways to go now to catch back up. Thankfully, the field has spread out a little bit. Come on. Alright, top 3 just up ahead. racing in the car. So, oh, awesome, thank you. I'll take a look at that after the stream. Probably won't be too much longer. One more. This is the last race. Although not exactly the best start to our last race of the night. We will carry on. Gosh, that looks so good. Yeah, we will definitely clutch it. Got the Savannah RX-7 up ahead. The little tiny Abarth monster. And of course the Alpha. Three different vehicles, vastly different vehicles ahead of us. Whoa, hey there. What is that moving under braking? Yeah, the Nürburgring is always just absolute hell. But it's also kind of fun. Like it feels pretty good in like the kind of these older, but like not like vintage, but like just kind of like classic 80s, 90s cars. Cause they're lightweight, they're tossable enough, but like they don't feel like they're lacking for grip or have too much speed and power like a lot of modern performance vehicles do. These feel like, right at home on a track like this, I think. That RX-7 is quick though. That RX-7 is very quick. The Abarth. The Abarth is a tricky one as well. I gotta get by that one. Come on, give me a little bit of a suck. Give me a little bit of your slipstream. Using the beers, yes, that is true, because you do have the high downforce, so it makes a lot of the corners a lot more manageable. It's a very, very fun one. Plus the car itself is just very well balanced. Come on. Let's see if we can't catch the RX-7. We were about, what, 2.7 seconds behind it, the last sector? We will see if we got any closer. There you go, that momentum. Two seconds now. If the Abarth would stop moving under braking, I would appreciate that. That is one downside, is the AI aren't exactly the best at racecraft. They will kind of like nudge you out of the way. And they will make very late blocks at times on certain corners. So you do need to be a little bit careful with that. Thankfully, contact isn't super, penalizing, but, if you do want to get vehicle upgrades, you want to make sure you keep your races as clean as you can, while also finishing as high as you can. And that makes things very tricky. I got 5 more minutes. I don't think it'll be quite that long. We're most of the way through it now. I think we got maybe 3 minutes max. So let's see what we can do here. We'll say the RX-7 does have the aerodynamic advantage, I think. It might also have the power advantage right now, but I'm not too sure. Yeah. Not the full Nürburgring, only the Nordschleife. I doubt the full Nürburgring would be able to fit onto like the memory of a PS2 game, I think. Oh yeah, the FC definitely. I love the FC. Probably my favorite of the RX-7s. Although the one that we just passed was the SA22. Alright, we'll see if it passes us on the mile, over a mile long straight coming up. There we go. There we go. No problems, no issues. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the FC does deserve a lot of love. I love the FCs. Oh boy. Alright, let's see if we're able to hold it off down the straight. Oh, that thing looks so gorgeous. It's getting a little bit closer. It's getting a lot a bit closer. A little bit of door banging there. He backed out. Absolutely against the red line here. Holy cow. Get it under control. Get it back under control, Isaac. That was a top speed battle down that straight. Holy moly. Alright, that's a good way. That is a good way to end it. Less than a second after a full lap around the Nordschleife. Yeah. Yeah, no upgrades. No upgrades. Big rip there. But that's alright. That is fine. But anyway, I'm going to be ending the stream here. Thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing well in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what I'm doing poorly so I can fix that in the future. With that being said, I've been Isaac Umbras, and wherever you're in the world, whatever time it is for you, may it be a great time. And I'll see you all in the next stream. Until then, take care everybody. Bye bye!